Alrighty.
I clicked my button. So
Perfect. You did good.
Okay.
All right. Find your name on the door. Your name on the door. Double, triple, quadruple check your name. All right. Is everyone ready? All right. Smile, and we go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Come in.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you, Rob?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. You know, it was such
Good.
a pleasure getting dinner with you and John the other
Oh,
evening
thank
after the
you.
alumni event.
Yes, it was great. It's great to see you again as well.
I'm looking forward to this meeting. John
Yeah.
said we would be great business partners, so I'm excited.
Good.
I have a business card for you.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Of course.
I'll trade cards here.
Gotta love getting business cards.
That's right. I know.
So
It kind of
fun.
became a thing of the past with LinkedIn, but
So how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How about you?
You know, I'm good. I'm excited. Excited to learn more about the Pinecrest Country.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, well, I think I really rather want to know what questions you have. I mean,
Okay.
I can ramble all day long, but I don't want to waste your time today.
Of course. So I want to ask you about your coverage.
Okay.
I believe at dinner you mentioned that it's been 3 years since you reviewed it, and it was the
Yeah.
prior manager.
It is. So,
That the first
yeah, I'm
installed
new
it?
to this role and kind of getting my
Okay.
feet under me.
So do you know anything about your policy?
I know some basics. If you've got some questions you want to ask me.
Okay. What are you looking for in coverage when the renewal comes up, which I believe is July?
It is. Yeah, it's July. So I'm going to answer your question a little bit of a broader term. I want to be able to go to sleep at night knowing that if another Hurricane Michael comes through, I feel that we are adequately covered and prepared to respond.
Of course, and you want to take care of both your employees and your patrons as well as the building itself.
Absolutely. I'm really proud of what we have here at Pinecrest and want to make sure it's protected.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I think one of the best coverages that I can offer you is the business expense form.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the business income with extra expense.
Yep.
So while reading and hearing from you upon your case, and your club in general, I've learned that you guys have like some expensive wines and some photography that is very important and expensive, as well as the food and just the club itself.
Yep.
So I've done some research, so I have these 2 papers that I can explain the business income coverage overview. So I think that's what's important.
Okay.
Basically what the business income coverage is, when a hurricane strikes and damages your building and you're unable to have patrons there, you know, your revenue will fall, your membership will fall. And
Yeah.
that's kind of something that we want to take care of. So
Yeah.
you can sleep
And
at night knowing that
Yeah.
you'll be able to recover the building and gain back those members. So
Yeah.
the business income expense form basically will allow us to supplement your income while the club is down and being repaired. Usually this happens within 72 hours once we make sure that you know the property is unable to be occupied.
Right.
We'll put in some people to do some risk management, and then we'll supplement your income. The extra expense form, in addition, will allow you to set up another office, kind of keep members updated, and will help cover that expense as well.
So have you had clients like me and helped them with this type of coverage?
I have. Now, while I am a young agent, only been working with Seminole Insurance for 2 years, we're like a family at this firm. So we have many other professionals that specialize in restaurants, country clubs, you know, just different areas, whether it's like agricultural or technology based. You know, we have so many professionals working within our team that are experts, and we work very well together. So if you had a question that, let's say, I couldn't answer, my colleagues would be more than willing to work with you. And I think that's what makes our firm unique, that we're so willing to bring on other people.
Okay, I'm glad you addressed that, because I am, to be completely honest, a little concerned about, you know, you being new to the business, and I understand that you have to learn and start somewhere.
Definitely.
But,
I mean, I graduated from the FSU RMI program, which is ranked number 5th in the nation. So it's definitely got a great base knowledge there. My company's been amazing in training me. I have a few designations under my belt, the CRM, Certified Risk Management. You know, that's really important to me. I love risk management, just evaluating the hazards and perils. But like I said, though I am young, I do have a team behind me that supports my every move. And if there is something that I'm unsure on, I would double check with another member of my team just to make sure you have the best person working with you.
So what makes your team different than my current broker and other brokers in town?
I would say our passion and our willingness to work with our clients. So when hearing that you guys have had your policy for 3 years and it hasn't been reviewed,
Right.
it's upsetting because you want to make sure that your client is up to date on what their policy entails so they know when they're covered and when they're not, as well as make sure that they're aware that it can be reviewed and we can add on things. So for
Okay.
example, the expensive wine,
Right.
we can add on an extra form to this and make sure that that's covered, God forbid anything happen, as well as the photography, anything valuable, we
Right.
can add on that if it's damaged, we can protect it.
Okay.
So I think just our willingness to work with the client on a day-to-day basis, answer any questions, and be there for you no matter what.
Okay. So, in the past, I've managed, other clubs and I've had scenarios where, we had a hurricane or another loss that wasn't covered by the carrier. What do you do to help me in that scenario when I get that claim denial?
When you get the claim denial, we'll probably explain to you why. I'd want to remain professional in the situation
Right.
to just get you to understand, why it wasn't covered.
Yeah.
But then from there, create a risk management technique. So I've also done some research. When hurricanes threaten, like what to do for your club, just basic risk management techniques on the hazards and perils. So I think what I would like to do then, in that perfect scenario, if I'm being unable to cover you, I would create a risk management technique and go over it with you to help make sure that the damages aren't as extreme in the next case, as well as we can review your policy and add whatever coverage necessary for the next year to make sure that if that scenario happens, you're more equipped just on site, as well as your policy coverage, we can change it so that it would cover in that scenario.
Okay.
It's definitely risk management. That's one thing I'm really passionate about with the club. There's a lot that we can do on site and with your employees, training them what to do for hurricane strikes, as well as making sure your building is very secure. So that way there's not as much damage that happens. Knowing that you're a little bit more inland is also helpful.
Can you tell me how you've done that with other clients?
With other clients, I think we've reviewed risk management with on-site. So definitely going to view the club, making sure that we see, what's going on, different areas. We see the outside area, the golf course. We review different policies with the golf carts on the golf course and the patrons in the restaurant area. It's just getting a walkthrough, sitting down with my client, understanding what their needs are. They may not think that they need insurance for certain areas. They may think that they can do, insurance on their own in a sense, like risk retention and taking that risk on, and they have the funds. But I'll offer, some co-insurance tips and see if they really do want that covered, as well as explain to them that coverage would help in any scenario. Okay. Definitely. But if there was a question that you had that I couldn't answer, my team behind me would be so willing to answer and support that.
Okay. You mentioned your team a couple times. Can you tell me just more about who is your team? Who's on
So
that?
I have John Smith. Now he's the owner of Seminole Insurance.
I know John. Yeah.
We had dinner, the other night, but he's gonna be on a long Alaskan cruise. So in the meantime, I know, right? It's just so nice to take the break. But I have, a lot of other guys, I have Dan, Sam, they work really well with the hospitality industry. So they do a lot of insurance for restaurants, and we have like a lead broker that really deals with that. I also have other professionals that I work with that are on the same level as me, so we're kind of new, which I think gives us an advantage too, because we're new to the industry, so we're fast thinking and willing to change in our ways, while there are some older professionals that we work with that kind of have the experience, the maturity in dealing with certain cases and understanding how clients can react while we might be new in that aspect. So they can mentor me and guide me on that front, whereas I'll bring in new ideas and new risk management techniques that they maybe haven't seen. So definitely working with just the hospitality side and people who work with liquor licenses and helping me to bring that to my clients, see if that's an interest to them.
Sounds good.
Yeah, definitely. So tell me a little bit about your risk management that you have at the club right now.
I'm pretty new, so I'm still kind of getting my feet under me. Just to tell you a little bit about my background, I was with a club that got hit really hard by Hurricane Michael, and to be honest, I was really disappointed in the broker we had. Obviously I trusted him, put a lot of faith in him, and I kind of felt abandoned by him when we really needed him. So can you tell me, in a situation where you have a client like me who would go through, a hurricane or other kind of natural disaster weather event, what do you do? when
Well, first
that
I would
happens?
be available, so you can reach me by phone, and I would immediately send someone out to view the club.
Okay.
You know, we want to assess the damages
Right.
right away, so that we can get repairmen in, we can look at your expenses, make sure all that's covered, just so the financial side, you know, is taken care of right away.
Right, yeah.
Also, I would consult you, I'd make sure that you're aware of where all your employees are, making sure that they're home
Yeah, it's
safe and with
important
their
to me.
families,
Yeah,
as well as their patrons. You know, we want to
Yeah.
make sure that your patrons, if they were on their way to the club, where they are now, and like make sure patrons who are at the club maybe when it hit are safe,
yeah,
and their safety is first priority. So
yeah,
definitely be on the phone with you, making sure employees, patrons, and yourself are safe.
yeah,
And then from then on, we would look at the structural part of it
Okay.
and just make sure that, you know, the building's intact. We would look at all the food, make sure everything else, but definitely first priority is safety. And I would be there every step of the way. And
Okay.
though I'd send people out to look at the building, I myself could come and make
Okay.
sure that everything is up to code
Okay.
and that everyone's doing well.
Okay.
Definitely.
Good. Yeah, that makes me feel better. It's just had a bad experience and I'm a little weary because of that.
Of course, no, we would never abandon you.
Yeah.
We'd want to be, you know, reachable, whether it's just by phone
Yeah.
or coming out to the club constantly. You know,
Okay.
I love to golf. I'm from South Florida, so the Honda Classic was the previous weekend.
Yeah,
Tiger Woods lives there. He has his
Yeah.
restaurant.
yeah,
It's a great scene, so I'd love to come out and just, you know, visit the club every once in a while. That way we can catch up,
Okay.
whether it's business talk or just understanding how the club's managing.
okay,
It's definitely important to maintain that relationship.
okay, good, me too.
Definitely. Do you have any other concerns?
I think you've really, you know, addressed them. Can you tell me one other kind of final question?
Yeah,
Can you tell me
of
about, I'm sure that you insure some of our competitors through your agency. Can you tell me kind of about the depth and of experience that you guys have in insuring clubs like mine?
So I myself, this would be one of my first club clients personally, but
Okay.
a lot of the guys at the firm also insure clubs. And we do maintain confidentiality, of course, with all of our
Okay.
clients. So while they may have policies for your competitors, we wouldn't necessarily talk about the difference,
Okay,
but they would be so willing to help me.
Okay.
We take clubs very seriously. It's Florida. Country clubs are very, very popular, as well as the
Yes.
golf scene.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that safety is the utmost priority, as well as ensuring the
Okay.
fact that in case a hurricane or any event could happen, you know, you're able to jump back on. I know
Yeah.
there's an event you guys are planning coming up soon.
yeah, we've got a big event that we're planning, and you know, hope to do more things like that, and trying to
Yeah, we want to make
Make
sure
sure.
that your coverage is up to date and perfect for that.
yeah,
That way, in case anything happened, you know, you're able to bounce back very quickly. I believe you're working with Glenn. He's also an FSU alum.
yeah,
So, you know, we like to stay really connected and make
Yeah.
sure that, you know, he's planning your event, he's really big in the golf scene, we help insure you, and we want to make sure that your club is successful. And I mean, as a new manager, you want to make sure it's successful.
right,
You want to have,
absolutely.
you know, the best positive experience with your new job.
Now
Sort
I
of
look
professionally,
good.
of course. So we want to make you look good. We want to help you. We want to bring these policies and ideas that you can bring to whoever's above you or even yourself sign off on.
Yeah,
We want to make sure that, you know, the utmost priority is, of course, like you, the club, and just making sure all around everyone's secure. I mean, that's really what insurance is in the basics.
yeah.
Making sure that your risk is taken care of if anything were to happen.
Okay, well, thank you. I
Of
appreciate that.
course. So are you big in the golf scene?
You know, I kind of have to be being in
Of
this
course.
business. I did grow up with a family that golfed, and my dad tried to teach me at a young age. It didn't go as well, but
It's a
it's
very
something.
patient sport.
It is, it is. But it's something I've been able to enjoy as an adult, and you know, when I'm not working, I do like to get out there, and especially just get to know the members and interact with them.
Of course. I mean,
just
I think
enjoy it
that's
with
half
them.
the fun, really, just
Yeah.
getting to know the patrons.
Yeah,
They'll have fun
absolutely.
stories about
Yeah.
them, and everyone just loves to talk on a golf course. I mean, it's the best place to take business clients. You talk, you have fun. It's the game, it's patience, it's a little bit of competitiveness.
Yes.
That's always fun in
It
a
is.
relationship.
It is absolutely. Yeah. Well, do you have any other questions you wanted to ask me today?
Really, so we've gone over insurance, we've gone over summers management. I mean, you're new, so you don't know the full extent to that. I would really like to definitely look at your risk management in a whole sense.
Okay.
So look at like the club, the golf
Yeah.
carts, like what you do if anything happens, if there's like first aid on site, you
Yeah.
know, if we could put in some, if we
Okay.
could implement any policies on that front.
Okay.
So I know that a lot of clubs require their employees to be professionally certified by American Red Cross, so that would be like first priority, see if you know,
Okay.
your staff is able to aid in the situation
Right.
before they're able to call anyone
Yeah.
else. That would be kind of a main priority. I
Okay.
do like employee benefits a lot, so like you
Yeah.
can take a look at that as well as you know,
Okay.
property and casualty, making sure like the building itself is covered, as well as looking
Yeah.
at your restaurant. You know, if you needed any other add-ons, I'd really love to review your policy. I know you haven't had a chance, but I
Yeah.
would love to look at what your old manager put in, as well as make sure that you're never left. I know on your last scenario it was really uncomfortable
Yeah.
when your broker kind of left you high and
Yes.
dry after such a terrible event,
It was.
and we would never
Yes.
want to let that happen. As well as we'd want to make sure you're covered in that kind of scenario. It's
Yeah.
really hard to go through Hurricane Michael and then come out thinking you're gonna have all this help from the
Right.
insurance agents, and they tell you, oh, sorry, like your coverage expired, you're not
Right.
covered. That would be really unfortunate. We would never want to put you in that uncomfortable
Yeah.
situation. So I would love to look at your policy, and I would love to review it and see, what I can bring to the policy, see what I can change, add
Okay.
on, really make it more efficient.
Yeah, I mean, I've got kind of some big plans for this place, and I'm excited to to maybe change the grounds up a little bit and do some different things around here in the restaurant. And
Definitely
so,
modernize it a little bit.
yeah, I've got some things in the works there, and I want to make sure, again, I mentioned, I want to be able to go to sleep at night knowing that the changes that we do make and I do have planned, they're covered appropriately.
Of course. So actually, if you could get me a copy of the policy, I would really love to make the changes.
Okay.
And I'd also love to come out to the club and see it on my own. I haven't.
Do you want me to hit?
Oh, it's stuff it if you can.
Yeah, sure.